Top 10 destinations in Nicaragua. Nicaragua is abundantly blessed with vast freshwater lakes, imposing volcanoes, deep river canyons, bird-friendly cloud forests, picture postcard Caribbean islands, forgotten fortresses, world-class surf beaches, and huge parks protecting amazing biodiversity. It's no surprise that ever-increasing numbers of travelers are waking up to its stunning natural wonders. Tourism is booming, and many travelers are coming back to explore the country's wilder sides and delicious national dishes. 1. Somoto Canyon. The stunning river gorge that cuts deep through ancient rocks to create the Cañón de Somoto in northern Nicaragua provides one of the country's most exciting adventure experiences in some of its most beautiful natural surroundings. A 4-hour descent of the narrowest part of the gorge involves scrambling over rocks, floating down rapids, and jumping from very high rocks into deep pools. The more adventurous can opt for a 6-hour trip that includes abseiling down cliffs and visits to spooky caves inhabited by bats. 2. Masaya Volcano. Peering through sulphurous clouds at the molten lava lake at the center of the Santiago crater on the top of the Masaya volcano is one of those once-in-a-lifetime experiences that justifies the plane fare to Nicaragua all on its own. Even more amazing, you can drive right up and park by the lip of the crater, although cars do have to be facing downhill in case of an emergency evacuation from this active volcano. 3. Seromogoto. While Masaya may be Nicaragua's most visited natural treasure, only a few hardy adventurers make it to the top of Seromogoto, which at 2,107 meters, 6,913 feet, is Nicaragua's highest peak and one of its wettest. Cleared of the landmines that were laid here to stop illegal entry from Honduras along this remote stretch of border, the only danger nowadays is slipping and sliding on the muddy trail or getting caught briefly in the clouds that nurture the moss-covered forest at the summit. Four. Isla Ometepe. Everything about Ometepe is special. Reached by ferry from the port of San Jose, this large island in Lago Cocibolca, Lake Nicaragua, is graced with two mighty volcanoes, the active Concepcion volcano in the north and the not-so-active Moda in the south. Both volcanoes can be climbed, and Moda has a crater lake at its summit, and at its base the San Ramon waterfall that cascades 50 meters, 164 feet, down a sheer wall. 5. Cerro Negro. One of the world's youngest volcanoes, Cerro Negro's dramatic black cone of gravelly cinder appeared in 1850 and has erupted 23 times since then. The last eruption was in 1999, but it was in 1992 that one of the biggest recent eruptions occurred, with a plume of gas, ash and rocks reaching 7 kilometers, 4 miles, into the air. Still active, the volcano is more famous nowadays as an adventure destination. 6. The Pearl Case. The perfect place to act out your pirate fantasies, the Pearl Cays offer visitors a raw slice of palm-fringed paradise on 12 tiny islands that seem to float in the shimmering turquoise waters. Reached on a boat trip across choppy open sea from Pearl Lagoon, the majority of the islands that make up the archipelago are now privately owned. They still carry evocative English names, such as Water Cay, Crawl Cay, and Maroon, that hark back to the days when buccaneers hid out here. 7. Bosavas Biosphere Reserve. The second largest area of rainforest in the Western Hemisphere, after the Amazon in Brazil, Bosavas was declared a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve in 1997 to protect the incredible biodiversity found in this northern corner of Nicaragua and maintain the free flow of species through Mexico and Central America in what is known as the Mesoamerican Biological Corridor. Over 600 of Nicaragua's 790 bird species can be found here, including harpy eagles and resplendent quetzal. 8. Playa Moda S. Nicaragua's Pacific surf beaches have gained a legendary status among international surfers as the breaks are good all year round and the tubes are consistent. No beach is as popular as Playa Moda S, which has a board-friendly sandy bottom, right and left breaks, and waves that will give both beginners and pros a ride to remember. The broad expanse of sand is backed by lush forest and a couple of laid-back bars and restaurants offering board hire, classes and cheap rooms. 9. Celentine Archipelago. Famous as the place where the poet and priest Ernesto Cardenal founded a utopian rural community in the 1960s based on his beliefs in liberation theology, the 36 remote islands in the Celentine Archipelago are gradually growing in popularity as more travelers learn of their stunning setting in Lake Nicaragua and the artistic talents of the islanders. On the main island of Mancaron, Cardenal's rustic chapel is decorated with works by Nicaraguan painter Roger Pérez de la Rocha, who inspired the primitivist paintings and colorful wood carvings that the islanders produce to this day. 10. El Castillo. The perfect backdrop for a jungle adventure, the tiny village of El Castillo clings to the thickly forested banks of the Rio San Juan, its historic stone fortress standing sentinel above streets of painted wooden houses raised on stilts. Built in 1675 at a strategic point above the Rodel El Diablo, or Devil's Rapids, to protect the colonial city of Granada from marauding English pirates, the fortress was sacked many times, most notably by a young Horatio Nelson in 1780.